switched to Snake for Game 5 against K9, and afterwards he said he felt like that was a mistake because it wasn't ready. And then when he played against Leffen, he actually told me that the reason why he did the button check, there are two reasons to do the button check for Leffen. One, he remembered that it kind of tilts Leffen when you button check. And two,
Atta kid.
Yep. But two, the big one is he wasn't sure if he would be ready to switch back to Mega Man after playing 2 sets of Snake against Zenyu and Sonics the previous 2 sets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And had that not felt right in the button check, he very well might have said, you know what? Snake. Which would have been a bad decision against Ivysaur, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Ivysaur has a decent
oh,
match
hey.
with this.
So never mind. He's playing Snake right here.
And I think
but
he
this
should.
is one where I feel like Snake wins. Or Snake and Mega Man both. He does.
Yeah, and they're just in different ways, right? Like, Mega Man's kind of more oppressive, but the edge guarding from Snake's absurd. Like, Nikita wrecks so many, like, options coming back.
Absolutely. But then you got Ike's aerials on Cypher. Pretty nice.
That's true.
So, certainly not a lost cause for Ike by any means. He can get Snake off stage. It's all about putting Snake at a disadvantage.
And really just making sure that he doesn't get back down. Because hitting Snake once, not necessarily the most difficult, but then is he going to fall away and pull a grenade? Then you didn't actually get the advantage that you need.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, especially if you play intelligently around grenades, like, Snake actually should not be able to pull the number of grenades that Yeti is getting off right now.
Probably not.
But he has Cookietic kind of in this defensive posture, and that I think so much of, oh yeah, that's worth it. That's hella worth it. That's so much about what makes this character such a good fit for Yeti is, like, he's so good at picking up on what you want to do and how you're thinking about things.
Right.
And I think Snake has so many different ways that he can approach situations that it is well.
Not only that, but I think Yeti has a very good analysis of what's good enough for him from all of his Toon Link play, from all the bombs. Like, I'm going to throw this out, and even if you hit me, I don't really care.
Yep.
Most players don't get that. They just never want to be touched.
Yeah.
But Snake's got that in
get hit sometimes. Ugh. I mean, a lot of times in this game especially, I feel like you don't have a choice. It's what are you getting hit by instead.
Yeah, no, for sure. And
especially against all the zoners that you see here in Minnesota. We are a very zoner-heavy state.
Not surprising with some of our better players tend to gravitate
everybody wants
that way.
to be Yeti or Scorpio, right? And that's the way it was in Smash 4.
Yep.
And so
there's some of the bigger personalities for sure in the scene, but this is scary even.
Believe
like,
it or not, the presence of Ganon the Beast does not turn us into a land of Ganondorfs. That's the other thing that may actually go to explain it. Is like even going all the way back to Smash 4, the presence of a Ganondorf winning everything. Everybody else picked up zoners.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. And now he's playing Snake, a zoner.
Oh, one more. There we go. Okay, going up.
I think part of that pause was Cookietic's like, oh, the C4's
yeah.
No, now what?
But he was even trying to set it up such that, all right, I want you to blow this up.
Right.
He did manage to get the stock, and this is a really close game one.
Every time I see Cookietic out where he can't just jump back, I'm so nervous. Because I've seen, specifically if you watch the set of Yeti versus Raven King, that kid could not come back versus Nikita. Like, it was just in the right spot.
I think the intelligence of Ike Mains is underrated, personally. I know that's a controversial statement. Because the character is, you know, you just swing in the circle, right?
Right.
But,
oh! You were saying?
Yeah, right?
No, that was not meant to be a slight. That's it.
Yep.
He air dodged too low.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think he had the C4. I think the C4 was on stage.
Yeah, it was on the right platform.
And that's why he had to try and air dodge it, because he definitely didn't have time to and then drop another one.
Right.
So.
Right. But I didn't mean that Raven King couldn't recover because, like, it was just Nikita covered all the options. He was almost forced to do the quick draw. And then if you get that Nikita in the right spot, you just, what are you going to do? You have to eat it several times.
So, 1-0 for Cookietic. Pretty tight game the whole way there, too.
And very back and forth, which I feel like is important from a momentum point, because both these characters can run away from a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you get to like 90% on your second stock and you haven't taken the first one yet, you could be in trouble.
It will forever be amazing to me how many of these dash attacks Cookietic not only gets away with, but actually connects with. Because that move is, on paper, terrible.
Yes.
Terrible. But when you think about like the way that his Ike especially is trying to cover you and cover your landings, like you have to be afraid of the option before it.
Yeah.
And he's so good at recognizing when you can actually go ahead and just do that. It's so powerful. It's like it's basically a smash attack. Forward tilt. Oh,
Stuck.
okay.
Tried to stick him again.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We saw that to end a weekly a little bit ago. Oh, fell off in the throw.
It's just
Hard to rely on that stuff because it really is. There's a. It's not entirely RNG as to whether it drops, but like the transfer part is not RNG, but whether or not it drops after that is what's RNG. But that's not stopping Yeti from going for it.
No. It is one of Yeti's favorite kill controls.
Yeah. That was really funny looking. Yeti probably thought he was actually going to get to the ledge there. But you see the look on his face, too. He accepted it.
Yeah.
He definitely accepted that. And Cookietic trying to put him down 2-1 real quick for getting a little cheeky.
Yeah. And the thing was, even though that looked so silly, Yeti actually committed to that way earlier than he looked like.
Yeah.
If he didn't start pulling back or doing something else roughly where the Pokeball was, he was going all the way to the left, and if Cookie got that, he got it.
Yep. And that's why we say Snake's disadvantage is bad, even if it might not feel like it when he gets a full grenade every time you hit him in the air, right?
Yeti's so good at calling out jumps with the air.
Oh, man. Perfect quick draw, jeez. And spin to win, baby.
Oh, man.
Frame 3.
Ooh. Not only that, but the only thing that jump down air covers really well right here is a jump kind of aerial coverage of your get up on it. Because like it'll hit you once if you're standing there, but only once. It only really gets you to 4 if you jump.
Ike's Nair is a fantastic neutral tool, but I still think the move that gets me more often, like in terms like up here, you know, is up air. Like, I can accept the combos that Nair gives him if it combo would kill at 90, you know?
Right. And
everything else I accept. I made the mistake in neutral to get hit by that Nair. Right? Like that's where it's like, oh man, really?
Really what gives Nair so much power is also the ability to either tomahawk or landing forward air. Forward air is much faster. You can't use the same timing.
Yeah, and it can look like the same animation at the end if you're not like super paying attention to.
For sure.
Nair, back air 2-0 for Cookietic. Okay. And again, that's one that he had to earn through positioning too.
Yeah.
Like, and you saw the grenades going off as he's doing the kill confirm. It's a lot to think about.
Big brained.
Nah, you just spin through it.
Small.
The lawnmower at this point.
Is. You can't tell super well, but I appreciate that Yeti's sweatshirt is corduroy, though it is messing with the camera a little bit.
So let's see. Yeti gonna have to make a reverse 3-0 here. This will set up a fascinating winners finals too between Cookietic and Scorpio.
Those two have a history.
Yes. A recent history too that I believe is in Cookietic's favor. So I have that stuff. I have data.
Baseball guys and their stats. Ooh. I like that Cookie's just not fearing the C4. Like, you gotta respect it sometimes. But more often than not, you're just gonna get hit by it anyway, so you might as well put some pressure on it. Good awareness of Cookie to just be able to jump back the ledge. I definitely expected him to need to use another option. Cool. This is almost the exact opposite of the last game. Cookie got off to a really quick start last time.
Up still catching the jump, yep. And Yeti will get you worrying so much about the explosives that you forget about the normals.
For sure. And
it really is what makes the character high top tier, whatever you want to call it. I think you can make arguments for either.
Yeah.
And it's also always kind of a messy line there anyway, right? So
that's where opinions get most blurred out.
Yeah, looking for the double jump.
One of the few jump air dodges I've seen. Like, that's actually still not a terrible option.
Yeah.
But I don't see it very often.
Jump neutral air dodge. Well, one of the things that I think is pushing people away from it is that if you don't reset your stick to neutral after putting your drift in, you're going to get a directional air dodge and probably just die.
Cookietic pulling the quick draw on Yeti there. Not going to die, though.
Oh, he was trying to chase with that grenade, though, and had that connected. Okay, that works, too. We got 3-1 for Yeti.
Yeah, the first two games not looking quite like this. Oh. Wow.
The shield pressure on that, and this is a pretty small shield on Cookietic right now.
But he is still playing with his space well. He is retreating back when he needs to, making Yeti overcommit a little bit. Man, Yeti's so good and disadvantaged for Snake. Beautiful. Because Cookietic, most players would have tried to punish that immediately. But Cookietic waited until he had his actual opportunity.
Yep, the up smash is such a difficult ledge trap to deal with if you don't have a fast option on a jump. I don't really know what they could have done there. Maybe get him attack would have been the brave option.
Uh-oh, that's
we call it brave for a reason.
Yeah,
he's just done.
And I think that's exactly what we're talking about. He might have wanted the neutral air dodge there to go through it, and then just was still holding back to put in his directional fade.
Exactly. So 2-1 for for Cookietic here. Yeti trying to make the reverse 3-0 happen.
I imagine
right back to Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Will Cookie though push this off of PS2? I didn't see what they picked.
I didn't either.
Nope. All right.
This could be a 5-game set here for sure. I like that.
Oh yeah, great spacing on that to outspace the dash attack. So hard to punish that because I looked at the frame data for that move and I'm like, well, there's 30 frames end lag on that. How are we not punishing this? And then you realize that end lag starts like before he actually starts moving.
Yeah.
Because the hitbox is when he does the first leap of the tumble, right?
Right.
So. Yeah.
Not only that, but he low profiles a lot of things, so he's still crouched at the end of that. Like if you hold down, he's good.
Oh no, and I don't know if Cookietic dies if he doesn't jump there.
It might have.
Because we saw him get C4'd at a similar percent and not die.
It was like 100-something after the hit, 106 maybe. But that was, he was higher up. Wow, what a good parry. And gets up tilt. I'm not sure if he, no, probably didn't have enough time to nair. Nair's always got a really slow start.
The double grenade, and that's a quick 24, jeez.
And Yeti making Cookie like feel like he can't get off this platform.
Yeah. Here come the missiles. Yeah.
What do you do?
He just didn't have anything at that point to flank it out. I mean, even if he had like side beat into it, he was going to get hit away.
Right. At that point, he's got to hope that Yeti messes up.
There goes the Nikita. Yeah, he will drop for that. Okay, so I think what he wanted there was for the Nikita to drop on top of Ike.
Yes, I think so too.
But he missed the spacing on it a little bit, and that's always really hard to see. The camera actually shifts like. There's like a weird delay in when it shifts for the movement, like the zoom ins and the zoom outs. And I can make it really tough to kind of space things like that.
And I also think that he held it a little bit longer. Like, not only was it not the right direction, it went higher than he wanted it to. I don't think he intended to go that low. Cookie will not care. He will take advantage of this.
At least not lapping him percent anymore. This is a game. There goes the explosives.
So beautifully timed.
That up tilt got outspaced by about like a pixel or two, though. Yeah, very different situation if that up tilt hits. Yep.
And that's part of what Yeti does. Not none, but very few of these are like actual labbed combos. Like that was all just his imagination. So he thought it was going to work, and it was pixeled off, but not quite.
Okay, we got the super armor coming in. That's still a lot of damage, and that's relevant.
Yep.
I was thinking about down throw up tilt, but raw up tilt's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna kill.
Couple of pretty dominant games here from Yeti after going down 2-0. We got a game 5.
And I feel like that might kind of be what you were saying, is that it wasn't warmed up the first 2 games. You said he was playing mostly Mega Man earlier.
That's
now
true,
it's Snake.
Yeah.
It took a bit to remember, oh yeah, this is what I do in these situations.
Well, those 2 characters move exceptionally differently.
Yes.
Entirely different characters. The one thing I struggle to get over when I try Snake, his full hop is terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
If his full hop was good, that character would be busted.
Oh, for sure.
Because you could not shield on a platform.
No.
You would just...
Yeah,
something would end up killing you.
The things that I always think of, like, when I'm thinking about how good someone's jump speed is, can they short hop over, like, areas? Like, can you short hop over charge shots? If you can, it's probably fine.
But, like, Snake's full hop doesn't get him onto the PS2 platform, if I remember correctly.
Not a dick, but I could be wrong.
Because, like, watch the next time he tries the sticky Cookietic sitting in shield. You actually have to full hop to get up there and stick it, and then he will not land on that platform.
You're right, full hop does not. And there's actually one of the first texts I remember seeing on Twitter was for characters like Snakes, whose full hop is terrible. It doesn't go very high. It's actually better to do an immediate double jump if you need the height.
You buffer the double jump, and so you get it on the first frame of the aerial. But then, you know, you don't have a double jump. So
recesses are a little important.
Okay, we got that parry and the knowledge that he's going to get crossed up.
Yeah, no kidding. And knowledge that he also had enough time to run past Cookietic before he landed, because otherwise it wouldn't work.
I think that actually kind of illustrates the reason why we don't need parry to be buffed. It's that people don't really understand how to operate off the parry yet. And Yeti is one of the few who I see do stuff like that, like successfully, regularly.
It's Yeti and the Fox mains. Like I see Zeta and White do it a lot.
That's a great point. But then again, the Fox mains have it easy because they have a frame 3 option and parry is +3. So, you know.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right. We got a dash attack.
Just going for the up air, read the jump, I suppose. But
been seeing a lot more down tilt out of Yeti with his Snake of late, and I think it makes a lot of sense. The move is fantastic, but you know what other move is really good is that Ike forward tilt. Most underrated in this kit.
That's because all the other ones are so good.
And able to do it out of the dash though makes it just adds so much to his ledge trapping and landing catching game.
And it really gives him that quick kill move that he doesn't otherwise have on the ground.
All right, so we're at one grab here. Will kill this Ike. That's not going to do it yet, but
unless.
Yep, we got that.
Yeah, if you're forced to jump quick draw.
Keyword yet, all right?
That's true. There was room to mess up. But I feel as though if Ike is forced to jump quick draw,
yeah, it's pretty
much
all
on Snake.
Pretty much a confirm at that point. But look at Cookietic go. Come down to this the angel platform and do some work here.
The way you said look at him go, it almost sounded like you're commentating one of those horse races.
Ooh. He just barely missed that stick there. Yeah. It sometimes feels like it sometimes with these guys. Now, he has that C4 in a very hard-to-see spot. He does. Oh, nope. There it goes. I would have been surprised if Cookie forgot about it because he was basically on shielding in that spot when it happened, but it's still so awkward when you lose it in the camera. Like when it shifts like to where it is now, you cannot see the C4 when it's on that platform.
Oh, tried to parry that too. Yeah, he actually said what? He thought he had it for sure. But something I'm always impressed with Yeti about is
yeah, the Nair jump catch, not quite. Short hopped it.
Yeah. Is his ability to call out Cookietic's jumps with Nair. Because Nair's not exactly fast, nor does it move that far.
Cancel spot.
But one of the best things you can do against Ike is stuff out his aerials.
Yes.
Because that man wants to jump.
Yeah, the aerials, with the exception of back air, are not quick.
No.
Even Nair is not like super fast, right?
Nair's actually one of the slow ones. Forward air is the one you got to worry about.
Right.
Ikes are rarely trying to anti-air you with forward. So if you're going and meeting him up there with Nair, that's so good. And it makes him afraid of jumping, which is one of his best options. Uh-oh. This is
definitely a character that works off jump in. Oh, man, he went so high with that. That was so smart.
Especially because he knew that.
Neutral air dodge through. Okay.
Yeah, he's walking on thin ice, and you know he's in Cookie's head a little bit. Oh, that forward air, though?
Again, the C4 in a very awkward to see spot when the camera's in certain positions. Will he remember? He's standing right under it. Oh. Okay.
How do you get down?
Terrifying. Yep. Okay, the dash attack.
Nikita,
another one. That's it. Yep. Oh, the Nikita kill confirmed, and that is really hurting Cookietic right now.
Yeah, shaking his head.
But there was a spot like, I want to say about 45 seconds before the end of that match, where Cookie had Yeti on the right edge. He let it back on, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
But forget that he had a 70% lead. It's just so painful in this game to let those kind of situations go.
And really, I mean, another turning point was Yeti recovering high when Cookietic was trying to cover the air dodge to the ledge.
The eruption on the left side, yep.
It was